Hey guys, I'm Rachel Town, Executive Director with Lemongrass Spa, and I am here to share with you some motivational tips and excitement, because obviously this is my excited face, about the upcoming incentive trip period with the company. So over the last 3 years, that's how long I've been with the company, I've been able to earn a trip to, where did we go? Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We went to Cancun, Mexico. And this last trip that I earned was to Montego Bay, Jamaica. So obviously things are a little bit different this year with the COVID situation. So we're keeping it domestic. And we haven't announced all of the details yet, but I have a strong suspicion that it's going to be in Florida. I have a strong suspicion that it's going to be on the Western coast. And I know that it's going to be a 4-star luxury resort, and there will be spa services included. So I mean, you could send me in a shack as long as it had a hammock and some water and a meal with spa services and I'd be happy. Let's get real. I wouldn't even need the spa services. But what I want to talk to you about is how to break down your goals so that it is super attainable. And in the past, even when I had a small organization, there were many of us that were able to earn this trip. And I just want you to know that you can do it too. It is not simple. It is not super easy, but it is absolutely attainable. And to do that, you have to break things down and see, okay, what do you have to do to earn this trip? Because why wouldn't you want to? I mean, it's a free trip, guys. Right? So first of all, if you're not a consultant with Lemongrass Spa, let's get you signed up, because this is the best time to start. You can launch your business super strong, earn a bunch of bonuses, earn that trip, and really feel that excitement and that passion that comes with running your own business. It's such a wonderful time to be here. But if you're a consultant, let's get you earning that trip, girl. So let me share with you my screen so you can kind of see what I've made for you to see the actual breakdown of past year's trip incentives. So how you earn it, what it is, and all of that. And there's different levels as well. So let me just share that with you real quick. Now here we go. Earn yourself a free trip to paradise. I'm packing my bags. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. I always make my own up anyway. But this is a completely attainable and fun race to the end. And that's what I really want you to focus on, how fun it can be. So let's get started. How do we earn this trip? So in the past years, we've had to earn about $13,000 to earn the basic level trip. And $13,000 might seem like a lot, but you have a 6-month period. This year's trip goes from September 1st to February 28th. And that's plenty of time to get that 13,000. But when you look at that and you think that sounds overwhelming, let's just break it down. So that's 13,000 divided by 6 months, the trip incentive period. That's $2,167 in personal volume every month. And even when you're looking at that, you might be like, oh my gosh, well, Rachel, I've only been submitting 1,500 a month. How the heck am I going to submit 2,167? Like, that's a lot more than I've been submitting. Well, if you've been submitting 1,500, that is only one big party more than what you've been submitting. If you haven't been submitting much at all, that's just more parties that you haven't been doing. So how do you do those? And we'll talk about that in a minute. And so if the average party is $400, which is what I typically go for when I'm hosting parties and when I'm holding as a consultant, because the $400 mark is when the hostess gets her free items. So I always push for that. And a big part of that is pairing up with your hostess and making sure she knows what's expected of her. You're giving her tips on how to have a successful party, and all of that. So if you're not familiar, go ahead and look at hostess coaching tips that I have. And I think that will help walk you through how to successfully hold a party. So we've got $2,167 a month divided by the $400 of average parties. That's just 5 parties a month, plus a little bit of reorders. It leaves you with some change, but some reorders. I mean, that could be your own, your family's and friends. Sometimes what I'll do, especially when I'm driving for the trip incentive, is I will place an order and just ask my local friends, hey, I'm placing an order. I'll give you free shipping if you want to add anything on there. And I mean, you had me at free shipping. Yes, Rachel, please. And that boosts up my volume and it helps them out and it helps my volume out. So that's where those reorders can really make up for that if you're only having 5 parties a month. Now, some tips. Here's some tips for you. Start September off super strong with a super full calendar, because if you're starting and you've got time, I mean, this video is going out a week before September starts, so you've got time to build. If you get a full calendar with 5 or more bookings for September, and your goal is to plan 2 bookings from every party, then you're going to have the rest of the incentive trip period lined up with parties and parties, especially if you're really pushing that one-on-one individualized customer concierge checkout. And you're every time you're checking out with every guest from the party, you're bringing up the opportunity to have their own event, get some free stuff. Tell them that their hostess that they're attending their parties, they'll have $20 to spend at their party. So there's a lot of ways that you can really communicate how awesome it would be to host a party with you. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's awesome to give people shopping sprees, especially if they're tight on budgets, but you can like taste what it feels like to give somebody free stuff. Free stuff is fun. So in the past years, on top of the volume, you also needed 3 recruits, and those 3 recruits had to have a complete volume of $3,000. So 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, they all had to be active, and their volume all together, not 1 person, but all of those recruits, their volume had to be $3,000. So if you signed on 10 people in that 6-month period, still their whole volume would only have to be $3,000. That's super attainable. But let's say you only recruit 3 people this whole 6 months, you only recruit 3. So that's each person can have any amount, $25 or more per month, but all of their volume has to be $3,000. So let's say recruit 1 hits Jumpstart 1 with the $500 Jumpstart. And that means she submits $500 in her first period. That would be if she signed on in September. Let's just say they all sign on in September. That's probably not necessarily likely unless you're a really good recruiter, but let's just for giggles say they all sign on in September. They sign on, your recruit 1 starts in September. She has until October 31st to hit that first jump start. Let's say it's $500. Then you would get a $100 bonus because she hit one of her jump starts. Okay. Isn't that awesome? So then let's say she hits Jumpstart 2, which would be $500 submitted in November. There's $1,000 out of your group volume down. And wow, you just got a $100 bonus for helping somebody hit their Jumpstart. Awesome. Fist bump, boosh. So then you've got recruit 2. She does the same exact thing. You help her reach her first jump start, which means she submits $500 before October 31st, well, before November 1st, and then she does it again in November. And with her hitting one of her jumpstart periods, that instantly gives you $100 cash on your commission check. So, you do this 3 times, you hold these hands of these new recruits and you help them start their business strong. By November 30th, you've got yourself the 3 people with the $3,000 volume that you needed. So that's like, whoo, you can break it down. We can do this. All right, so what do you get? If you submit the $13,000 and you get the 3 recruits with the $3,000 group volume, again, this is from prior years. I'm just taking an idea because we haven't been released the details. I'm patiently awaiting. But let's say you do all of these things. Then what do you get? Okay, what do you get? You get an entire stay for free at a 4-star resort. This year, I do know that it is a 4-star luxury resort. You get full ground transportation to and from the airport. Again, this was in prior years. I'm assuming it's something similar. I do know that if you decide to drive to the location, there will be, and you hit a top prize level, you will be refunded or reimbursed, or however they'll be doing it, a travel check. So like, okay, you're not going to fly, you're going to drive. Cool. Here's some money instead. So that is going to be an option. Again, I don't have details yet, but we will have details. You have gotten a $150 in spa credit voucher toward the spa at the resort, and airfare is not included. And that's for the basic bronze level in the past. Now let's see if you were to hit the top spot, which is the gold. That's what I always aim for because, well, I'll tell you why. Because I get a free guest. Woohoo! I don't want to go by myself. So in the past years, we've had to earn $18,000 to hit the top level. And again, breaking that down very similarly to the $13,000 level, 18,000 divided by 6 months, that's 3,000 personal volume every month. There's an extra benefit in there that I didn't mention. When you hit $3,000 a month, you get 35% commission instead of the regular 25% commission. Similarly, if you're going for the bronze and you are going for the $13,000 volume, you're surpassing $1,500 every month. That means you're getting a 5% bonus. So if you're going for the bronze, you can easily get a 5% commission bonus every month. If you're going for the gold, you can easily get a 10% commission bonus every month. So there's extra benefits to going for this trip. It's just so stinking exciting. So if we break that down, that's a $400 average party. You're going $3,000 a month divided by that $400 party, and that's 7 parties a month plus some reorders. Again, like I discussed earlier. So if you're going for 5 parties a month to hit the bronze, why wouldn't you go for 7 parties a month to get the gold? Like, that's just 2 more parties. And if you're using an automatic thing, like if you're doing Visly, or if you're doing Facebook Messenger parties or texting parties or fundraisers or a mystery hostess every month or a hostess of the month club, there are so many ways to have a party to submit every single month. And then the new parties from those who have booked from the past parties. And it just keeps rolling. It just, as long as you are showing up, you are talking to your hostesses, you are communicating with the guests and building relationships, you're creating those new bookings from the parties, you're doing your follow-ups, you're doing everything that you should do. And a big problem oftentimes is people get in their own heads, like something bothers them that didn't work well with their business, or something in their personal life happens where I'm upset and I don't feel like showing up to Facebook. Wherever your social media platform is, you have to. If you want your business to work, you have to show up. And that is the bottom line. It's not easy. It's not simple. Sometimes we get in our own heads, but you can do it. You can do it. I'm sure of it. All right. So again, with that $18,000 volume, this gold level, you don't need 3 recruits. You need 6 recruits with 6,000 instead of 3,000. So let's break that down. 6 recruits, they need 6,000. They each need, they just have to be active the entire trip period. You might get one rock star who submits 6,000 on her own in that 6 months. You might get, little diddlers who just submit a little bit every month. And either way, it adds up pretty quickly as long as you are recruiting. So just for giggles, I said, okay, recruit 1 hits Jumpstart 1 with $1,000. Then she gets a $100 bonus and you get a $100 bonus. Recruit 2 does the same thing, and you're getting all of these bonuses. She's getting bonuses. All of your recruits are getting bonuses, and it is so, have I mentioned this is fun? It's so exciting to be able to do this. So that's $600 as a bonus, $600 bonus dollars just for helping your teammates be successful. Like it's just so surreal. It's amazing and wonderful, and I'm so thankful. So let's go ahead and see what it is that you earn if you hit the top spot. Again, this has been in the past. So you get your entire stay at the 4-star resort for two people for free. You get ground transportation to and from the airport for 2. You get $150 in spa credits at the resort. You get $100 trip cash in the past that has been added to your commission the prior month. You get airfare for 2. And you get a logo, tote, and charm. And on top of this, and I didn't put this in the slide, if you hit the halfway mark, so let's say you hit, well, I don't know what the halfway mark is because have I mentioned also that we don't have details yet. But when you hit the halfway mark of you're 3 months into the challenge, if you've actually hit the volume requirements, you also get an extra gift. And I'm not sure what that will be yet, but I'm super excited to find out. So are you going for it? Are you going for it? I can't wait to chat with you. I can't wait to hook up and maybe get some accountability partners going on. If you're new to Lemongrass Spa, definitely get you hooked up, get you on the trainings, get you ready for success. And if you're contemplating starting Lemongrass Spa Girls, now is the time, because now you can start off strong and earn that trip. So are you going for it? Are you doing it? Let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Back into it. You can do it, put your back into it.